Hi everyone, welcome back to Atypical Wealth, where I give you tips on how to build wealth with your home. This is Aamber Hickman, your LA South Bay Realtor, and today's topic is all about how to actually add real value to your home. I have to make this video because the things that I hear about how they plan to add value to their property without consulting a realtor, it's a little concerning. And this is specific to the California market. Keep in mind the advice might differ in your local market, but it's because sellers need to know what things are actually worth investing in if you're planning on selling, or if you just want to add value to your home to take some equity out. I mean, whatever you're trying to do, you need to know the things that are actually going to help you reach your goals. Before we dig into it, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe. If you get one piece of valuable insight and information, please share it with a friend. We're sharing the love here, so here are your tips, okay? Adding value to your home. This first tip, I know you've heard about it, especially if you're in the Southern California market where, it's just so hard to find a place to live these days. ADUs, accessory dwelling units. Building a small unit in the back of your home. Now, that might not be in scope for everybody. That might be too expensive for you, right? But we're just talking about ideas right now, and don't shut them down yet, because I have some solutions for you if it's something you want to do but don't know how yet, okay? When you're considering adding an ADU to your home, it's super important that you first of all go by the book. And when I say go by the book, I mean actually go through your local city, find out the regulations for how to actually build an ADU that will get an approved stamp by your city standards. You want to make sure you do it by the book, even if you have an uncle that's a contractor that could build a house with his bare hands and he's been doing it since he was 12. You don't want to do that. I say that because I've shown many properties to potential buyers, and my responsibility as an agent is to ask the hard questions. I have to ask, is this permitted? I have to ask for proof of those permits as well. Like, these are the things that people want to know about. You know why? Because say a buyer buys this home and they want to go ahead and rent it out. They need to get inspections from their city to make sure it's approved to rent out, to make sure they can have an official business, a business license, right? If you are planning on building an ADU, make sure you do your market research. For example, if the homes that are in high demand in your market have maybe 3 bedrooms, right? And there's not many single people looking to rent an ADU in someone's backyard, that might not be the best idea for you. But if you're in a market like Long Beach, LA specifically, some really hot markets, especially the super walkable areas where you have a lot of single people that would be willing to pay a good amount of money to stay in your backyard because maybe it's next to work or all of these other spots they usually go to. That is something you might want to lock in on, because that is a fact. ADUs can add value, serious value, to your property. Okay, myth or fact? Going solar adds value to your property. The answer? Of course, so much more complicated than that. Please, it's not that simple. Going solar could be an excellent idea. Adding solar panels to your roof could be an excellent idea in the California market in specific areas. This might not be as popular of an idea near the coast, where you have natural cool air and natural breezes, where maybe using your AC isn't really something we do all the time. So, going solar is cute, but do I really need it? It may add value to your home, but it might not be that valuable to buyers. Where it does make absolute sense is in the desert communities. If your weather gets very hot in your area, if you're more inland, you might want to consider going solar. Keeping in mind the rules and regulations around solar are constantly changing, and the power companies keep raising their prices because they have seen the impact that solar is having on their business as well. So do the math, do your research, and also keep in mind that the way you purchase solar matters. We already know solar is going to save you money on your energy costs, which is awesome. Potential buyers will appreciate that as well. Solar panels can add complications to your sale. So, will it add value? Maybe. Depends on your terms, depends on how you decided to purchase. Another thing I hear my sellers constantly saying they're going to do to add value to their home is add some curb appeal. think about it this way. You pull up to the house, it looks beautiful, it's fully landscaped, it's stunning. Okay, it does create a vibe, not gonna lie. Good first impressions on your buyers. But there are some caveats you should be aware of when it comes to creating curb appeal. Curb appeal is in the eye of the beholder, and depending on your market and depending on your specific neighborhood, it may or may not be worth it for you to even do it. If you live in a suburban paradise, cul-de-sacs, kids playing outside, parks the whole nine, and every house is sort of manicured, looks the same, and maybe your house is just the dingiest one on the block, like, okay, in your case, to match the level of your neighborhood, you might want to go ahead and invest in that landscaping, because no buyer wants to see beautiful house, beautiful house, beautiful house, beautiful house, and then pull up and see, well, gosh, that one sure seems like it needs a lot of work. Granted, the inside of the home can save you on that, but we're not going to get into that this minute. We'll get to that later. Make sure you're spending money where you're supposed to be spending it to match the quality of your neighborhood. You just don't want a bad first impression. If you are thinking landscaping is for you, then I advise you to go big or just go inside the home, okay? And what I mean by that is really go all out, full landscaping plan, get it professionally drafted, professionally done, because just one flower bed isn't gonna do it, just one palm tree isn't going to do it. If you're trying to move the needle on your value, you really do need to have a full plan, okay? If you really want that stunning first impression. And when you make your landscaping plans, try your hardest not to get too personal about it. And this is gonna be a consistent theme with this video when it comes to adding value. Don't get too personal. I say that because your personal style is nice to have, but it's nice to you. It might not be as valuable to potential buyers. So I advise you to go with something not too trendy, something that actually matches your environment. If you're in the desert, yes, a nice dry landscape could be a beautiful choice for you. If you're closer to the beach, embracing that lifestyle and the climate is definitely a great idea. We just kind of want to lay off on the unique garden gnomes and particular caricatures that sometimes people enjoy putting on their front yard. We just want to keep it clean. We want to keep it inviting. We want to keep it up to date. If you're thinking about the outside of the home, that's really cute, but make sure the inside is in tip-top shape when it comes to the infrastructure of the home. That means your roof is patched, you're good to go there. That means your HVAC is clean and ready to go. That means your water heater is actually working. Those sort of things tend to matter a lot more to buyers, and those are the first things they negotiate if they find it in the home inspection. So one thing sellers think they need to do, but honestly may or may not make a huge difference in the price that they get for their home. They think they need to get new appliances. That goes for like new washer dryers, new refrigerators, stoves, you name it. Some perks to new appliances though, you will get stellar listing photos if you have all matching appliances and maybe they look really great with your beautiful kitchen. These things can actually, when they're in your photos, make a huge difference. Draw a buyer's eye, create a luxury feel, a high quality impression on the living space. Appliances really can do that. But I want to make sure it's actually worth it for you. Make sure you're being very judicious when you're choosing those appliances. Don't just do it because, well, one burner on the stove doesn't work, so I need to replace that before I sell my home. Pause. Don't do that. Allow your realtor to guide you towards the bigger picture so we can get you to what's actually going to get you top dollar. We want to make sure that you can add that as a nice feather in your cap. When we're showing your home, we can be able to say, hey, not only do you have these new appliances, you're going to save on energy costs because of this owner's selection, right? Even if the appliances don't move the needle, at least we have that strong first impression by being able to make the buyer's life a little easier. Myth or fact? Adding new flooring can add value to your home. For the most part, this is true. Now, I know you have excellent taste, so you're not going to choose anything outdated, anything that's not durable, anything that's too highly stylized with squiggly Sicilian lines on it. Keeping your flooring clean, modern, and in the California market, we appreciate some nice hardwood floors or some stunning tiles. Something that's easy to clean would be awesome. Something that's either high-end or very durable and easy to clean is ideal. Flooring can make all the difference in your listing photos. New flooring could take a place that's like a C+ to an A in a quick hurry, okay? It'll really enhance the look of your listing photos, especially if it's staged properly and matches the aesthetic of the home. When it comes to hardwood floors, you gotta do your research. Make sure that it's installed properly. Make sure that there's no uneven flooring. Have a trusted contractor go ahead and review, because I guarantee you if there is one flaw in the flooring, there will be some buyer that just stomps on it 5 times and says, well, I want $5,000 off the price because these floors are uneven, right? Make sure it's done right, of course. Life-proof and waterproof vinyl, pet-proof vinyl, these are all great selling points. We want to be able to go ahead and throw that in when we're showing your house to potential buyers. Make sure it looks beautiful and that it's not going to be a headache for your potential buyers. Is it a myth or is it a fact? I want to remodel my kitchen. It'll add value to my home. Yeah, it will. Yes. Kitchens are the heart of the home, guys. And you've probably heard this before, but it is tried and true, and it is not a myth. If you're already thinking, well, my kitchen is already pretty nice, it's in good shape, I would just say, have a realtor walk through. That is all. Have a realtor walk through so they can kind of tell you, like, all right, yeah, this is a good kitchen, this is up to date. Because we know what buyers are looking for. We know it's up to date, and what is functional for you might not be the best for buyers. If you're looking for opportunities to add value to your home, always start in your kitchen. If you're going to start with any room when it comes to adding value to your home, it should always be the kitchen. The kitchen or the bathroom. Ironically, I have similar advice for you when it comes to adding value in these two spaces. Look at your lighting. That is the first thing. Do you have beautiful recessed lights in the kitchen? Or do you have the light fixtures that the house came with? I'm not saying that's bad, but let's just double check with a buyer's eye, and hey, let's make sure that we're getting top dollar. Get a modern light fixture up above the dining table, replace the vanity lights above the sink in the bathroom. These things add a stunning first impression to your listing photos, and they're really not that expensive to install. Take a second look at those countertops. Do we have a nice quartz, marble, granite? What are we working with here? And does it flow with the rest of the home? Is also something to keep in mind. We want to make sure that what we have on our countertops, what we have on our floors, it all tells a story about your home that's super warm, super inviting, not too personalized, something that anybody can come in, truly embrace, and make their own over time. That's what we want to do with these remodels. We want to really invite the buyers in and feel like, okay, this is home. In the bathroom, if you're on a budget, maybe consider reglazing the tub. If you're just trying to get that top dollar, okay, maybe we get one of those deep soaking tubs or something a little bit more luxurious. Create a spa inside that bathroom. Those are the kinds of aesthetics that people tend to outbid one another for. So create that space, that environment, that love in that bathroom. And I guarantee you, your buyers are going to appreciate it. And also, some are gonna be willing to pay you back for it. Consider getting a new vanity for your bathroom. If you find that yours is not really telling a story, it's not very up to date, doesn't match the rest of the home, the bathroom and the kitchen are just these rooms we spend time in, whether we want to or not. They're shared spaces. We want to make sure that those are looking as tight and right as possible. If you're ever interested in learning, okay, well, that's cool, Amber, but what's the value of my home as is? What if I did nothing? What could it go for today? Talk to me. I can do a full market analysis for you to find out how much your home is worth. And then we can together figure out, okay, which enhancements are really gonna get you top dollar should you decide to sell this year or 10 years from now. I hope you got some valuable wealth building tips from this video. Let's keep in touch, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.